everyone, welcome back. I'm Christine and this is my husband Curtis, and we're here to talk to you about something that is in the news we're hearing a lot about, and that is the condos. They're in trouble and we're going to tell you why.
So when you look at the actual weekly stats that we just pulled, it's pretty shocking how fast this is actually happening. Like, these aren't just subtle trends, condos are declining.
So first things first, we're going to talk about what are the condos. People, when they say it, they can mean four different things, and the market is really treating those four things very differently.
So why don't we start with talking about apartment style condos? These are usually the multi-unit buildings that you see downtown or near the malls, transit routes. You own your unit in this building and the condo corporation owns everything else. So you have monthly fees, usually somewhere between $300 to $600 or more.
So then we get to the condo townhouses. This looks like a townhouse, semi-detached from the street. The condo corp owns the exterior, the land, lower condo fees between $200 to $350, which people love, and it makes them feel like they're owning a home.
And then you're starting to see something that's a little bit newer, freehold condos or vacant land condos. So this is actually, you own the land and the structure, and there are minimal fees based on the amenities that might be there. So maybe like $100 to $300. And it's usually based, they look more like single family homes and with little bit of condo governance.
So what we're talking about right now though today is the apartment condo versus the townhouse condo. Numbers are telling a story. In June 2026, the apartment condos were between $268,000 to $415,000. But then 5 years ago, those same units were about $305,000 to $465,000. They've come down between 8 to 17%.
So what about townhouse style condos? In June 2026, they ranged from $347,000 to $476,000. 5 years ago, they were $383,000 to $608,000. So there's a huge drop.
Gap. Huge gap. This is bringing us to what we just saw this late June. And it gets really interesting. In the last 2 weeks of the month, we pulled some of the numbers, and it's going to tell us a little bit of the real story.
So the week of June 19th to the 25th, apartment style condos, there were 206 active listings, but only 10 sales. 339 townhomes, but only 6 sales.
So apartments sold better that week?
Well, it looks like that's what happened. But the very next week, June 26th to July 2nd, that's when month end hit, apartment condos jumped to 597 active listings and 19 sales. So there's just one thing, they dumped 69 brand new listings onto the market only to move 19 units. That's less than 20%.
It's pretty insane. So there has been a flooding of the market of apartment condos.
Exactly. Townhomes added 37 new listings and sold just 9 units. So apartment condos needed almost twice as many new listings to sell slightly more than twice as many townhome units. So that's not strength, that's desperation of month-end forced inventory.
So the end of June numbers tells us that apartments are in an active decline. Prices have dropped hard, and you can see it in different regions from London North, London East to St. Thomas, can be between a 2 to 6% decline in just the last 30 days. And this is why it's happening. We've got condo fees. They're a trap. Apartments, condo in London, a $328,001. If you had the mortgage, add in the condo fees, the property tax, the insurance, you can get up to $2,500 a month just in carrying costs.
And here's the thing, that $375 fee has gone up 5% year over year since 2021. So a fee that was $280 in 2021 is now well up over $370. It'll be $475 in 10 years. And of course, it just tightens the lending on that amount.
Then there has been reserve fund shocks. Buildings that were maybe just brand new built have been hitting up owners with special assessments between $5,000 to $15,000 per unit. That's a big bill to get suddenly.
And in a townhouse, if your roof leaks, it's your problem, but you control how you fix it. In a condo building, it becomes everyone's problem that everyone has to deal with.
And then, of course, the apartment style condo really only appeals to a very narrow buyer pool. Downsizers who don't want any maintenance, young professionals who want easy access to work, amenities. And so that really is a narrow pool, which doesn't sustain the sales.
I think you'd agree with me, Christine. Townhomes appeal more to families, investors, maybe downsizers and retirees, but it has a broader pool, I would think.
Sure, and something else that people don't really realize that there's been a change, the Canada Foreign Buyer Plan. That has put a lot of restrictions on what is selling. Also, the international student enrollment has also removed a lot of the capital that was bidding up condo prices, especially pre-construction. International investors are not buying the multiple units. They're stepping back.
And so with fewer international students, there's less demand for rental apartments. So that means lower rents, which means lower investment returns, and investors who are relying on rental income aren't seeing those numbers work anymore. And that's why pre-construction condo projects are just sitting empty. The capital basically just disappeared.
Now, we're not really thinking that this is going to change anytime soon, those policies. So when you combine the condo fees, underfunded reserves, maybe weak new construction, apartment condos are sitting at about 7 to 8 months of inventory, and townhouses are between 11 to 12 months. So the foreign demand that used to prop up these condo values back in 2021, it's not here. We're seeing that effect in real-time pricing.
So what does that mean for you if you're actually shopping in this market right now? So if you're a true downsizer and you're buying resale, not pre-construction, have your lawyer audit the reserve fund carefully. Apartment condos in this price range might make sense for you if there's money in the reserves.
Now, if you're thinking I'm going to be in a place for at least more than 5 years, a townhouse could be the better math for you.
And here's what the market is telling us through the data. Buyers know this. That's why townhouse inventory is stable and apartment condo inventory is absolutely piling up.
And the biggest mistake we're seeing is people are just looking at the purchase price. And it may seem that a $328,000 condo, it looks a lot cheaper than a $480,000 townhouse. But consider what those carrying costs and what that is going to continue over time.
So here's what we would like to tell any buyer. Run the numbers. Mortgage plus fees plus taxes plus insurance. Have your lawyer review the reserve fund study and ask about special assessments and a special assessment history. Be honest and know how long things are going to be like that in that building, and don't make your decisions based off headlines.
Think about how long you're going to stay in a place. Now, if you're thinking of buying in London, St. Thomas, Strathroy, or anywhere within those markets, being a buyer market, you have leverage. So it's time to ask the right questions.
So especially with condos, you have leverage. The inventory is there, the prices are down. What you need to know before you're actually buying, and a cheap condo can become expensive really fast if you're not careful.
You want to talk about this further, about how it fits for you, what would make sense? Give us a call, shoot us a message. We work with this every single day with buyers in this market.
And if you found this video helpful, and if you enjoyed our witty repartee, share this with anyone who's thinking about buying, because this data does matter.
Thank you so much for listening. Again, it's the Siemens Home Team, where we're going to break down the market, the data, what it actually means for you, and answer all your real estate questions.
Have a great day, everybody.